This is quite intriguing research, not only because of the primary outcome, which is a reduction in the severity of hot flashes, quite significant if you consider 95% reduction significant, but also that it's building upon prior research in reference to the discovery of alterations of the microbiome being the end result of what may be responsible for the reduction of severity and frequency of hot flashes themselves. A lot of interesting discoveries in this research, not just for women, but for men as well, because these alterations in the microbiome through a vegan diet greatly reduced or mitigated the effects of some very hostile bacteria and elevated some very positive bacteria, which we're going to reference two of them in the study of many in just a little bit. But first, let's get right into the research headline as follows. Vegan diet fosters changes in gut microbiome that reduce hot flashes by 95%, finds new study. That's why I titled it a microbiome diet. It just happens to be that the vegan diet, or low-fat vegan diet, is the easiest way to obtain this change at the current time. But to proceed, a low-fat vegan diet that includes soy fosters changes in the gut microbiome that decrease postmenopausal vasomotor symptoms or hot flashes overall by 95%, according to a new study. A vegan diet also eliminated severe hot flashes, led to a 96% decrease in moderate to severe hot flashes, and reduced daytime and nighttime hot flashes by 96% and 94% respectively. Participants also lost an average of 6.4 pounds on average. This study went for 12 weeks. The results obviously make traditional hormone therapy, albeit convenient, almost medieval in its application. To proceed, the new research of the secondary analysis of the WAVES trial, the women's study for the alleviation of vasomotor symptoms, that the Physicians Committee previously published in the Journal of Menopause. In the study, 84 postmenopausal women reported 2 or more moderate to severe hot flashes daily. So in order to qualify for the study, 2 or more moderate to severe hot flashes daily, the participant had to basically live through per se. Assigned to either the intervention group that was asked to follow a low-fat vegan diet, including a half a cup of cooked soybeans a day, cooked, I want to reiterate that, or to the control group that continued the usual diet for 12 weeks. They were also given a little bit of B12, I think about 100 micrograms, just because they didn't want anybody to know what was the active component they were looking for. To proceed, in the full study, in a previously published 12-week randomized clinical trial, a low-fat, plant-based diet, including daily consumption of soybeans, reduced the frequency of moderate to severe postmenopausal hot flashes by 88%. Remember, this was the prior study they're building upon. And freed 50% of the participants of all moderate to severe hot flashes. This was the prior study they built upon, and now we're reviewing the current study. The methods of the current study that you and I are reviewing today. Some of the highlights. The postmenopausal women 40 to 65 years old reported at least 2 moderate to severe hot flashes per day. The intervention group was asked to follow a low-fat, plant-based diet, including a half a cup, 86 grams, of cooked soybeans per day. The why. This is the why. Let me first show you a chart. This chart right here is real basic, but explains it's the alterations in the microbiome that may yield us such incredible results. To proceed, why? 12 weeks. And why 12 weeks? Although this was an exploratory analysis, the 12-week period was sufficient to allow time for the adaptation in the gut microbiome without interjecting too much publisher bias. The takeaway here is all because one day you just switched to a vegan diet. Since it may rely upon alterations and modifications in the microbiome, it may take some time. In this case, 12 weeks. So individuals looking to get results immediately the first week may not see it until later on, most likely not the first week. To proceed, The targeted and untargeted gut microbiome analysis was robust and revealed important changes in the gut microbiome composition in response to a low-fat vegan diet and large correlations with symptomatic changes. I can't review all of the bacteria that they reviewed. Some went down, the bad ones, and some really good ones came up. But I will pick out two just to give you an idea, or a taste, I should say, of how profound this particular study was in regard to altering the microbiome via low-fat vegan diet with 86 grams of soybeans cooked per day yielded for the participants. To proceed, first one, Fusicatenibacter. Fusicatenibacter is typically associated with gut health and has been demonstrated to induce anti-inflammatory cytokines and reduce serum C-reactive protein, traumatic acid, and antioxidant found in bean plants and related to injury. It is also positively correlated with Fusicatenibacter abundance. Fusicatenibacter can be modulated by prebiotics. This is interesting. Specifically, supplementation with guar gum. A lot of people are familiar with guar gum, especially in reference to cooking, which has been demonstrated to improve symptoms of menopause. Interesting as well. Fusicatenibacter may also result in mediation of neurological triggers to hot flashes. Fiber-fermenting bacteria like the Fusicatenibacter genus are capable of producing short-chain fatty acids, which have anti-inflammatory effects that may play a role in preventing degenerative neurological diseases. In fact, it's tough to pronounce over and over again. Fusicatenibacter is a predictor for Parkinson's disease, and decreased abundance, lower the amount, correlates with disease progression. You see what I mean? It's not just a study which yields tremendous benefit for women as well, but also for others included. To proceed, next one I found quite interesting. The Holdemanella genus increased the abundance on a low-fat plant-based diet, another fiber-related bacteria. This is consistent with existing studies that demonstrate increased abundance with a high-fiber diet. Fibrous foods are typically associated with greater satiety, which can lead to weight loss. This may be responsible for basically 6.4 pounds lost in just a mere 12 weeks on the low-fat vegan diet. There is basically, to back up, and Holdemanella could play a previously unknown role in the gut-brain axis. Now to proceed, there is some evidence that Holdemanella correlates with the alleviation of food addiction behaviors. Further evidence for the role of Holdemanella in weight loss includes an inverse association with android fat, a fancy name for trunk fat, hip, core, whatever you're going to say, around the midsection. Ratio in females. This could explain the alleviation of hot flashes in our study, as metabolic syndrome is characterized by increased android fat, i.e. core fat, and has been linked to greater frequency of vasomotor symptoms. So basically, short takeaway is by this whole, basically the Holdemanella bacteria helping reduce the core or trunk body fat, that also reduces severity of basically the hot flashes as well, since trunk body fat can be related to severity of hot flashes. But to proceed now to the conclusion. Changes in the abundance of other bacteria looked at in the study may play a role in alleviating hot flashes by stabilizing estrogen levels, reducing inflammation, and increasing satiety, among other benefits. So the takeaway here, more than anything else, is generally what we're looking at is a low-fat vegan diet, which included 86 grams of cooked soybeans. You look at the food as being the primary reason for the outcome, but there may be an indirect route by the food having a very profound positive effect on the gut microbiome, and then that gut microbiome doing its work to make its, its caretaker feel much better and live a lot healthier. Again, incredible research. I want to call the microbiome discovery generally a secondary outcome. However, though, still just the same, you could see how this could benefit in the realm of basically hot flashes, but also a wide range of other benefits even beyond the primary outcome of the study. Again, gratitude to the researchers, wonderfully intriguing outcome. And again, as always too, I am humbled you watch and look forward to seeing what you and I discover next week. Catch you next time. Bye.